Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Keeping Track. Zephyr, we're back again. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. We're going to get straight into it. No politics talk at the start this time. We're going to be get straight into the new music. There's 2 albums coming out February 11th, which is when this is coming out, actually. So at time of recording, the full albums aren't out yet, so we've just had access to a few tracks, but we're going to talk about them nonetheless. So Zephyr, the first one is from Moonchild, isn't it?
Yeah, it is from Moonchild. I love Moonchild, man. They're, for anyone who doesn't know, they're kind of like part of this new neo-soul movement. I'd say they're probably on the more popular end of the neo-soul movement. Their music's very R&B influenced. It's very smooth. Everything's super crisp. Like when you listen to it on your headphones, everything sounds super good. And it's just some really cool music. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more you know about it, but
yeah,
I would just listen to Moonchild.
Yeah, they're a band that you and Zach introduced me to, and that I never really got around to properly listening to. But when I was, going through the new music, I recognised the name. So I had to listen to the new album. Is Starfruit, and so as of now they've released 4 singles. And they're all I think very in keeping with their usual style. I mean, I've enjoyed what I've heard so far. I think particularly Love I Need featuring Rhapsody was quite nice. I really like that one. But yeah, they're just really nice. There's some, I don't know who plays the piano or like the keys in there for them, but it's I like what they're doing.
The way that they're set up is that they've got a drummer who just does drums and percussion. I'm not sure if he's a touring drummer or if he's like part of the band or just a session musician. A session museum. No, a session musician. I don't know what his like how involved he is with the group, but on their tiny desk that they had him and 3 backup singers. But then the main kind of 3, from what I have taken, is that there's a singer. I've forgotten her name, but she's got red hair. But she also plays the saxophone and a bunch of other horns, and I think she also plays a bit of keys. And then there's another. Then all 3 of the main people, they all play like some horns to some degree. I think they all play sax, and in every song they always just like switch. They're always switching instruments in the tiny desk. It's really cool to watch because they're all just multi-instrumentalists to like an insane degree. And then like the main guy doing keys also switches to doing bass in his left hand while doing normal keys in his right hand, and then the other guy whips out a trumpet and is playing bass with his left hand and then playing trumpet in the other. It's insane. They're all extremely talented people.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the kind of setup that they have.
Yeah, so the singer's called Amber Navaran, or excuse the potential mispronunciation of the surname, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah, they all met apparently at the University of Southern California, so that's nice. Anyway,
nice.
Speaking of America, what a segue this is. This weekend is the Super Bowl, and with the Super Bowl comes the halftime show. And with the halftime show this year comes Mary J. Blige and Kendrick Lamar, and I think that there's someone else that I'm missing out. Hang on, I will find it in 2 seconds.
Sounds like a good lineup already.
It is.
Kendrick
yes.
and Mary J. Blige. Like.
So, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige. It is a hell of a lineup. It's apparently one of the most anticipated halftime shows in most years. I'm not a football, an American football follower, but I do know a bit of music, and I know that that's a hell of a lineup. But anyway, so in anticipation of that, she's releasing an album, Good Morning Gorgeous, also coming out February 11th. Featuring, and so far we've heard Rent Money featuring Dave East, which is a really nice one actually, and the title track Good Morning Gorgeous, which is a really nice kind of R&B ballad, because I mean Mary J. Blige has got one of the great voices around today, and it's a really, really nice song. I definitely recommend having a listen. There's also kind of a party anthem of Amazing featuring DJ Khaled. And I'm pretty excited. There's a track which is not released yet. It will come out when the full album comes out. But Here With Me featuring Anderson .Paak, who, if you've listened to the podcast, you'll know we are all big fans of. So that's pretty exciting.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole of the album coming out. It's just a nice kind of R&B soul thing. Yeah, and
I mean, that kind of segues on, considering all the people you just mentioned in the Super Bowl. So Dre, Dr. Dre, I don't know why I call him Dre as if he's my friend. I wish he was my friend.
You've removed him of his doctorate.
Of Doctor's title. No, Dr. Dre, he's also released a bunch of like singles, and I think it was in line with a DLC that he released for a game called GTA 5, which is probably one of the most popular games of the last, when did it come out? 2013, so 9 years. And they're Rockstar Studios, if you don't know, or if anyone doesn't know. They're a game company that make these games that they take about 10 years to make each game, but every single one of them's insane, and they still release kind of new content for each one of them. And they released a new one, which I don't know what it's called, but it's something to do with the studio. And basically they brought in Dr. Dre, Anderson .Paak, Snoop Dogg, loads of these really cool producing artists to come and make a bunch of music and like a kind of DLC where you get to, you know, have your own music business or whatever in the game. I don't really play GTA anymore, but that it kind of makes me want to go play it again. But considering it has those musicians, but Dre also, then released these kind of bunch of singles featuring people like Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg. I'm trying to think of more. Anderson .Paak, I've already mentioned him. Busta Rhymes, Nipsey Hussle. I mean, just an insane plethora of musicians, all from, I think, his label, which is, what is it currently? There's so many labels he's had. I'm trying to remember the one that he's in. The one he currently runs is the one that I think he released. Oh, also one of them's got Eminem on it, of course. It's just a really cool bunch of singles. They're all very Dr. Dre. I think Dre raps on them as well, which I always love to hear because, you know, he doesn't tend to rap. He kind of sits behind a desk and produces, but you know, when he gets the rap, it's pretty special. Just go and check that out if you like any of that sort of style of music.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more things that I found in my browse. There's a new single from Arlo Parks called "Softly," which came out about a week ago. I had a listen. It's quite nice. I don't listen to a lot of Arlo Parks, but it's a good tune. Recommend listening to it. And finally, this is kind of a bit more random, but I think this year is the 45th anniversary of Rumours, the Fleetwood Mac iconic album.
Oh wow!
It's a bit of a weird anniversary, but I saw it, so I thought it might be worth mentioning. I don't know. Do you have a favourite track from Rumours? It's obviously,
I think it's got to be The Chain.
Iconic.
I'm boring.
The Chain.
I'm boring and pretty basic guy. I love The Chain. It's just because of that bass line, the doom 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 doom. It's like the first thing I learnt on bass because everyone does. It's very easy, and it's very easy to like that song, is what I meant to say, not very easy. It's a very likeable song. It's got loads of great stuff about it. I mean, I can't remember everything about it now, but yeah.
It's really unique. It's got that really
Chain.
cool kind of like guitar, riff at the beginning, which is almost, I guess it's played on acoustic guitar, but it sounds almost kind of the sound of it is almost like a sitar, if you see what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I think it's probably just it's probably the way
very twangy, the tone,
yeah,
it's the way they've mixed it.
Yeah, I think it's the way they've mixed it and the way that whatever effects they're using. I don't know enough about guitar pedals. We'd have to get Genoa back on to educate us. His pedal board is about 15 pedals strong or something crazy like that. But we'd have to bring an expert for that.
I mean, on that album as well, there's Dreams classically, which I think that is one of the great songs. I think simply because the bass line is 2 notes, and it's just I like what they do with those kind of 2 notes. I think is really cool. So yeah, big up Fleetwood Mac, really cool band. We haven't talked about them on the podcast yet. We probably will.
No, we haven't. We've definitely
for a longer period of time at some point.
Sure.
Yeah, and and I also noticed I found there's an artist called Sampha, Sampha.
Is that the rapper?
No. more of a singer, more of a singing kind of vibe. So I found it because he released a kind of bonus track version of his album Process. So I think Process initially came out in 2017, but he's added a couple tracks to it. And he's got a really, really unique voice. and it's very laid back, kind of R&B vibe, kind of piano in the background, quite jazzy. But he's got a really, really unique voice.
Is it sort of Frank Ocean-y?
Yeah, that kind of vibe. Yeah, a bit more strange.
That's a new favourite genre of mine. Kind of very... That's a new favourite genre of mine, that very kind of really... It's kind of super, super, super chill R&B that kind of just makes you want to cry, but in like the best way.
Well, that's like exactly
soulful.
It, because... Yes, the album process is apparently about grief, so that's exactly the vibe that you're going for.
Yeah, it's a good genre if you want to sit in your room and cry.
Yeah, if anyway.
I don't know if anyone wants to do that, but if you ever want to do that.
Well, anyway, the album's good. I recommend checking it out. And finally, for this week's episode, Zephyr, I want to just quickly talk about. We've got a friend, Johnny Wanyanga, also known as WanJon, who recently released. It was just a single, wasn't it? Mbaku, right?
It was a single, yeah.
And yeah, you were involved.
Say the name of it.
Yeah.
It's named after the character from Black Panther, the really big guy who has his own tribe, who says that really funny thing where he's like, "I'll feed you to my children," and he says, "Just kidding, we're vegetarians." I find that very funny. But yeah, it's called Mbaku. It's a really cool track. I was involved in the music video, and that was a great lot of fun. It's all released now on YouTube and on Spotify, and it's really great. We'll probably put a link to that in this video. It's really cool, and me and Johnny are working on a couple of tracks as well. He's a really great rapper and artist. So hopefully, we'll definitely send out all that stuff through the channels of the podcast, so everyone can have a listen to new projects that we're doing. I
thought the video is really, really slick. It looks like
the video is really cool.
Really nice.
That's actually it was actually made by a really cool other artist called Zeno, who I've now, having met him, has listened to his stuff as well. We can probably link that as well. He's a really, really cool artist and film. What's it called? Not filmographer,
filmmaker.
Not cameraman, because he made and edited it.
Yeah. Filmmaker, right?
He filmed. Filmmaker. Yeah, filmmaker. But he's also a producer and rapper, so he's also a multifaceted talent. Multifaceted talent? Does that make sense? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Multifaceted means you have lots of things you can do, and then a talent.
You have
multifaceted talent.
Many facets.
Many facets. Yeah, no, we'll link all of that down below before I make myself cringe with all the words that I'm saying that don't make sense.
As a link to the Oxford Dictionary, because...
No, just send that one to me. I think they're fine. It's just me that needs it.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. Please do drop a like, subscribe, let us know of any new music that you want us to talk about. If you want anything, we can talk about it in the next episode, and let us know what you think of the music we talked about here. And check us out on the socials. We'll be putting out clips and stuff like that. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.